Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. In the last episode, we kind of covered the basics of hoppers. We've got a couple of auto cookers like this one right here, and that one right there in the house. And then on the other side of our cow pen and the river, we've got a skeleton spawner over there. Today's goal is to make two more contraptions that have hoppers at their core. They're very simple but very powerful early game farms for getting your average redstone player off of their feet and in a really good place to start the early game. First thing that we're doing is we're making a cactus farm, and the second thing we're doing is we're making an iron farm because, good lord, hoppers are expensive. But I have one problem. I don't have cactus, and the first thing I'm making today is cactus, which means I have to go get cactus. That means leaving the house. The house is safe. Out there, not safe. He's not safe. That could be me. Well, I got the cactus, and not too much else happened. Huh? Apart from that little silly mistake, not too much else happened on the trip. There were a couple pretty places, but nothing really that I think that important. What is important is that we get done with this cactus farm, because man, oh man, do I have some levels that I lost and that I need back. Cactus farms are honestly one of the easiest things that you can set up that's completely automatic and barely has any redstone. The key mechanic that we're going to be taking advantage of is the fact that cactus refuses to grow with any kind of block adjacent to it. So if you put a dirt block down next to a cactus, it'll break. If you put a fence next to a cactus, it'll break. It's just allergic to neighbors. As I'm clearing out this 11 by 11 area, what I'm looking to do is create these layers where cactus can grow up one block, but whenever it grows that one block, it immediately connects to a fence or a wall, and that top block of the cactus breaks. The way we collect that is it just goes into a water stream that pushes all of the cactus into the center, and it falls down into a central hopper. So while I was out and about, I grabbed an entire stack of cactus, and so I decided that I wanted to have 16 cactus plants per layer, and I was gonna have 4 layers. Now, you can make these layers as wide as you want with like 32 or 64 or as small as you want. You can just do like 2. The main struggle that you're going to run into, which you can play around with on maybe a creative world or just taking the time and figuring out your water streams, as long as you can get the drops to go onto a hopper via water streams, you're good to go. So I'm gonna show this last little bit outside of the time lapse just so that you can see it up close. The way that we're actually breaking the cactus is putting a wall right here, because when this cactus grows, the block on top, the cactus block on top, is deathly allergic to having a neighbor. And so it's going to break, and it's going to flow in this water out and go into this hopper. And that should repeat for all of the different layers. All the cactus will fall down this hole and end up in the hopper. Now, all right, so down here, I've got our collection barrel, and I have to wait. I just finished it, so we're not going to get any cactus yet. But now that we have all those walls in, it does mean that our cactus farm is fully functioning and should be doing its thing. Now, it's going to take some time for us to get a backlog of cactus, and that means I've got time to cook up a design that I want to use to decorate this. I think we're just going to kind of maintain... I feel like I had blocks there, or there should be blocks there. This has confused me. Anyway, I'm going to think of a design to put around this to make it match the house a little bit. And so that means I need to shift my attention to goal number 2. And therefore, that means I have to start wrangling villagers. Great. I kind of want to let you out, but I also kind of don't. I'm just gonna leave. Yeah, that guy was the only villager that I've seen for a little bit. That's not good. What is with this village and what I assume are bathtubs? So we've got enough villagers at this village that... Where did you come from? Do you want in? You are a strange people. So I have enough villagers, that's for sure, but now I need to get them over to where I need them, and I also need to catch a zombie. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go procrastinate. I'm gonna be starting the iron farm by getting that area all prepped and good to go so that when it's time to move villagers, I don't need to build anything new. I don't need to install anything like a hopper or any beds or anything else. I don't have to dig anything else out. I want this to be 100% ready for mobs, so the last thing I have to do is plonk a zombie in here and call it good. So when you go to design your own farm, here are the things that you need to know. You're going to need 3 villagers within 10 blocks of each other. They need to be able to see each other. And those 3 villagers need to be able to sleep roughly every 20 minutes. So they need to have access to beds, basically. Now, if you have those 3 villagers and they can see each other, then those villagers will be able to spawn a golem if they are panicked. Okay, panicking happens just when they see something spooky like a zombie or a pillager. When they see that, they enter a panic and they attempt to spawn a golem. And there are a couple of checks that happen to see if a spawning is possible. If the villagers have detected a golem in the last 30 seconds, then they're not going to spawn a golem. And they are detected just when they're within 16 blocks. They don't need line of sight. You can't hide it. Maybe iron golems are just stinky. I have no idea. And they check every 10 seconds. So as far as the actual spawning goes, if the villagers have checked all the boxes, they're like, yep, we need a golem, we're freaking out, there's a zombie that wants to nibble my toes, then they're going to put that golem in a 17 by 17 box around them. The area is also a 13 block box tall, centered around the villagers, so it could go 6 blocks above, 6 blocks below the villagers. So I'm going to make sure that none of the area above or below is spawnable. It's just gonna be my little spawning platform. The golems need a 3 block tall space in order to spawn, but their feet can be in water. Water's not going to stop them from spawning, and that's actually going to be what we use in order to push them towards what I'm going to affectionately call the smelting area. Now, I typically recommend just use solid blocks for your spawning platform. You can use slabs, but the slabs need to be basically flush with how a block would be. If you have them on the bottom half of like the half of a block, that's not spawnable, and golems it's not gonna fly. Remember how I said that the villagers need to be able to sleep? Panicking villagers can't sleep, so you need to break the line of sight with the threat so they stop panicking long enough to get a quick nap in. Basically, they get a chance to lay down and then get terrified. I can explain what I've done up here as well. So you can see I've got our little spot where villagers are gonna be. We're gonna drop them in a hole right here. These trapdoors will keep the villagers from getting out, but leave them plenty of space to see our zombie that's going to be on this track, bouncing back and forth from this powered rail to this powered rail. Now, when the zombie's over here, the villagers won't be able to see him, and so they're going to have a chance to rest, so that'll reset that sleep timer, and they'll be able to keep spawning golems. There is a chance that golems might spawn up here on top, and so once we have our villagers and our zombie in here, if I see anything spawning up here, then I'll dig this out and turn it into something pretty whenever we put the build around this thing this episode. But if nothing spawns up there, then I don't have to do quite as much work whenever it comes to building this thing's pretty side. I am so glad that I've got this thing basically done and ready for mobs to go in and get going, because this is just gonna absolutely blow the doors open for what I can make in Redstone. Still a little bit that needs to get finished down here. I need to put some more slabs down to make sure that iron golems don't spawn below the farm. And then right down here you can see that the golems will fall down, they'll go through the gates, and for some reason, soul campfires just do a little bit more damage than normal campfires, so they seem like a really, really good fit. All of the hoppers, in some way, shape, or form, will end up in this hopper, which then goes down into the chest. There's nothing in it because I have to stop procrastinating. I have to go get villagers and move them all the way over here. I'm not looking forward to this because there's one thing that I've learned. Villagers are a riley bunch. All right, let's go hire some scaredy cats. I don't trust that pig. He looks shifty. All right, let's see. Got you. Hello. I don't have blocks, so we'll just use this. Here you go, bud. Come on. You can leave. Get in the boat. Get in the boat. Did he just nod like he was saying, okay, let's get in the water? I got stuck on a path block, didn't I? How are you enough of a roadblock to this process? Please. Wait a minute. I'm a genius. Now, the method I'm using to get him up here, I've got job blocks, okay? He, if he cooperates, should get out of the boat when I smack it, come up here, and grab a job. I will put some blocks in so that he can't get out for now, so we can keep him safe. It's definitely just to keep him safe. These guys are gonna have benefits. I take good care of my employees. He's behaving, he's going. No, get back in there. No, look, nice cozy cell. You've got a torch for warmth. And there he goes, off into the wilderness. It's fine. Hey, nod your head if you want to go back in the boat. Yeah, you want to go back in the boat? Okay, here you go. That's a torch. Can you not? Stop. Just come here. You know what? Get in the boat. Yeah? Thank you. You know, I can't be mad at this guy. He's actually listening to directions. Come on. Just further in. There we go. Thank you. God, just have to do that 2 more times. That guy's still on the... Nope, now there's a cat on the roof. What happened to the dude? Where's the guy that was on the roof? Is he alive? Probably not. If he's not on the roof anymore, homie's probably gone. Hey, how's it going? You want a job? Here's what we're gonna do. Do that. Then we put the boat down. And now, if I'm right, he's gonna try to leave, and he's gonna get stuck in the boat. Or he's just gonna stay in his house and make me sound like an idiot. Hello? I'm here to speak to you about your cow's extended warranty. In this game of patience, I'm losing. Oh, thank God. Earlier in this episode, I tried to use a boat to get down from a height. I thought that boats would keep you alive. I could do the science beforehand. Maybe it's because I landed on a funky block or something? Yeah, I guess we're gonna find out. Oh! Okay, I lived. Got a little bit singed, but I lived. And now I'm confused as to why I died. Kinda just left him stranded in a boat in the middle of town, and the sun is going down. It's time to play the game of hastily constructed shelter. Yay! Oh, he's back. Do I want to hire Roofman, or do I want Bucket Boy? I think I'm gonna leave. Oh, there he is. Okay, I was terrified. I think we're gonna leave Roofman to do whatever it is he does. You're gonna fish. Okay, go, no, up this way, be a good noodle, go get that job. Stay in there, stay in there, no, yes. Thank you. All right, Dome Boy, where are you going? Ain't no iron golem gonna save you now. Listen, just one of you. I don't care who, I don't care. Okay, I kinda care when and where, right here. Okay, and now, thank you. Get in there, yep. Oh, a little further in, boop. Thank you. Something's wrong with that vine. That's just odd. So I'll place that at his feet. Oh, that's perfect. So if I've done this right, I should just have to pop a minecart like right here, shove it, should scoop him up, and then carry him up there. Got the minecart. Let's give this a try. Is our first going up? He should be in here. Yes, perfect. Getting them in there was a little bit rough, but this is proving to be pretty freaking easy peasy. Nope, don't get in it. Don't get it. No. Stop that. Don't go. No. Let him in. Look at that poor guy. Okay. Villagers are in, and that should keep zombies from getting in as well. So those guys should be all hunky-dory. So now we just need the last piece of the puzzle, and that's gonna be our lovely zombie volunteer. And the zombie volunteer is probably gonna be the most difficult part. See, the key is I need a zombie that can carry an item. There's only a % chance that a zombie will pick up an item. Most of them will just try to eat your face. But if they pick up a block that you've dropped, that mob will no longer despawn. And if they despawn, then can't really use them in the farm. Oh, hey, bud. Can you carry that? No. Come back. Pick up the cobblestone. All right, we've got our volunteer. And if any of you guys want to name our little buddy in the background there, you go right on ahead. So the fun part is going to be getting him in a minecart. I didn't really plan this that far ahead. Come here. Come here. Get in the cart, buddy. Ow! Come here, little snookums. Get in the cart. No, cart. I need to get you in this farm before the sun comes up, buddy, because otherwise you're gonna die. Get on the track. Yes! I'm just gonna give you a nudge. This is gonna hurt. Come on, work with me, buddy. You try to give a zombie a job. Now, it's important to note, this was working on a redstone testing world, but sometimes when things transfer to survival, you have to make some adjustments. And we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait and see, but I might have to make some adjustments. See, it's nighttime and the issue is they're not sleeping. I'm under the impression that they think they can get through here, so they're trying to pathfind back to the previous village. So what we need to do is basically say, yeah, no, you can't do that. There's no way that we are close enough that you three are still honing in on the beds all the way back at that village. But I'm just gonna destroy every bed. Do you guys need more space above your heads in order to sleep in there? Is that another issue? Oh my God, I did not have to go all the way. Yeah, no, iron farms are really that simple. They're super easy, not complicated at all. I did that completely flawlessly with no issues, and you can too. All right, so our cactus farm has been running for a little bit, and ooh, it has been chugging right along. That is good news. I'm gonna let that stuff build up a little bit more, and we've got our first golem. Ooh, I'm gonna head over. Show me iron. Show me iron. And just like that, it is working. Woo! All right, I'm gonna AFK here for a little bit, and I'm gonna work up a design to put around this to make it pretty. They killed him! The audience didn't even get a chance to name you, you poor guy. You jerk! And now I have to get another zombie in there. I've been a busy bee. Not very busy in terms of the inside of the main house, which I desperately need to work on, but instead, we've got an outer shell covering the iron farm. Still needs a lot more detail, and those doors need to go somewhere, but I think it looks pretty snazzy as someone who is a oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Melonseed. As someone who is a self-proclaimed redstone enthusiast, I make no claims as to being a builder, so the fact that that has a kind of working color palette, I could be completely wrong about that. Oh no, they're gonna go to the comments. Oh no, what have I done? I don't know. I'm happy with it. The sun's coming over the hill. I think it's pretty. And yes, I did get another zombie in there. No, he does not have life insurance. Yes, I have done everything I can to keep him from getting slapped by an iron golem, I think. But on that note, we have achieved all of the goals that we set out for this episode. And so I think it's time for a sneak peek into what we're doing in the next episode. In fact, I'm standing on what we're going to be doing in the next episode. And if you were really, really sneaky, you may have already seen a hint as to what's happening in episode 3 if you paid attention to what the recipe was displayed in the kitchen earlier in the video. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to leave it at that. If you have any questions about anything, any mechanics or whatever that we talked about in the episode today, please leave any questions or any concerns in the comments below. And if you laughed and you learned something, leave a like. And if you really, really like the dimples that hide under my beard, hit the subscribe button. That's all I got time for today, so you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Goodbye.